As we continue to take a look at the commandments, we turn now our attention to the sixth commandment: you shall not commit adultery. What does it mean to commit adultery, and forbidding ourselves to break this commandment? Luther would ask, what does this mean? We should fear and love God, that we lead a sexually pure and decent life. So some older translations, a chaste and decent life. So a sexually pure and decent life in what we say and do. And husband and wife love and honor each other. So we should fear and love God, that we lead a sexually pure life and decent life in what we say and do, and that husbands and wives should love and honor each other. The sixth commandment may be the most assaulted commandment in our culture today. Regarding the love that God wants us to show to others, the sixth commandment is God's protection of that gift of intimacy or sexuality, which belongs alone to be fully expressed within marriage. Sometime this week, it's encouraged for fathers and mothers or guardians to discuss with their children the traditional birds and bees conversation if they're, say, third grade, fourth grade, and older, beginning with kind of just talking about how men and women are different. And as they are a little bit older, maybe fifth, sixth grade, seventh grade, talking about how God designed for men and women to join together as one flesh in marriage for various purposes. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in these videos here. Also with our discussions as we look ahead for this video installment of the Sixth Commandment in these videos, we're going to be talking about how the culture that we live in really breaks this commandment. As added encouragement, please realize that it's this conversation that it's not had really much within the family. So it will be had among peers and in the world if the family doesn't guard against it. So we just want to keep from falling into this trap that neither the church or parents talk about this issue. This is a gift that God has given to his people for marriage. If anybody should talk about it, it's God's people and parents. Who should not talk about it are our children's friends, because often it's perverted, and especially not in our culture, where our culture is more and more godless. Though they have a natural knowledge of God, they like to pervert that because they're going by their own nature, which is all they have, instinct, their sinful nature, and they will redefine sexuality in any way except God's way. So just again, even though it might seem like it's an awkward conversation, it's God's gift. And any gift from God could be talked about really at any age, but we suggest certain ages just because I think that's what people are comfortable with. So that's your assignment today. You can talk a little bit now if you want about God's design of males and females and the gift of sex and marriage, or you can schedule that sometime this week where you can do this one-on-one. And again, I would encourage fathers to talk with their sons, and not just a one-time awkward conversation, although it doesn't have to be awkward, but regularly. And especially as we talk about different issues that threaten this gift and spoil marriage for so many people. And for mothers to talk with their daughters. God's blessings as you find a time, and maybe that's the assignment for this video, is take a look at your calendars and figure out when you're going to have that conversation with your children. God bless.